we have the management at KEC International now joining us. They have given some details of their order. They have won an order worth about 1930 odd crores, and they plan to diversify railway customer base on tracks. That's essentially what this order is for. The management is now joining us. Mr. Vimal Kejriwal, MD and CEO at KEC International. Sir, if you could just first tell us the basic details about the order. When will this start in the revenue, or when will this start to show in the execution?
See, these are multiple orders totaling to 1931 crores, and of which 90% are in the transmission business. So except for the Brazil orders, which will take some time to start, the rest of them will start generating revenues immediately.
In terms of the current order book, what would it stand after this order?
After this, the order book is roughly around just above 14,000 crores.
Okay, that's fairly encouraging. And you know, you have spoken about how the strong L1 pipeline will help you achieve your overall annual target. So take us through what are the next projects which you are L1 bidder for, and what is your overall annual target in terms of revenues? So
today our annual L1 position is roughly 4,500 crores after this announcement. And that L1 is spread generally over all the businesses. Mainly obviously from transmission and distribution. It's mainly T&D, and some part of railway business is there in that.
No, so what is the overall revenue target that you have?
So revenue, last year we did around 8,700 crores, and we are expecting to do around a 15% rise over that.
Okay, and you think that's going to be achievable? Which will be the segment that will contribute the most? Will it be EPC?
See, as far as achievable is concerned, I think today we are maintaining that it is achievable. I think the only setback which we are seeing slightly is the accounting part of the GST. Okay, so on a volume basis, I think we are clearly doing a 15%, and like to like we should do that increase. There could be some accounting impact which we are just still trying to understand as to what would be. But otherwise, I think we are fairly happy. And when you look at contribution, partly it will come from railways, where the revenues are expected to double this year. And the other thing, it will come obviously from our T&D business.
Right. So, can you just tell us, of course, transmission overall has been doing very well, but do you expect other sectors of infrastructure to pick up soon?
We diversified into civil this year, and we already have an order book of close to 400 crores. So that's one piece of it. And the second is railways. Railways, we expect our revenues, which were around 400 crores last year, to double this year. We have an order book of close to 1,400 crores. We are L1 in some jobs, and I think a lot of tenders have now come in. So I think railways is something on the infrastructure piece where we are very, very bullish.
And what about the high interest costs that mirror the receivables in the business? Analysts are a little bit worried about that. How do you plan to alleviate the same and tackle this?
In fact, if you look at our interest cost, last financial year our debt levels came down by almost 1,000 crores. So we have been pretty happy about it. Our interest cost has been around 3% of revenues, which I think is fairly decent considering the cash flow cycles. We are trying to improve it further. Maybe it may go down by a few basis points, so maybe instead of 3% becomes 2.7 or 2.75 or something.
Okay, let you go on that note. Thanks very much for sharing with us your outlook. It's very optimistic, I have to add. You're talking about a bulk of orders coming in from the railway segment, how you're confident of achieving your revenue targets that the company has set out, and that we will see your overall order book position as well grow smartly, which currently stands at 14,000 crores. Dr. C.K. Narayan still with us, so let's get to those buzzers in trade right now and get in some chart checks going as well.